Cristo Rey Jesuit High School. Yesterday was our feast in the Catholic Church, the feast of Christ the King, of Cristo Rey. Let's come together in prayer this morning, rejoicing with the possibilities for love, for new life, for new beginnings that we mark on this feast of Cristo Rey.
Good morning, Cristo Rey. What a world we live in. We're going to talk today and pray about the reign of God, the kingdom of God. Yesterday was the feast of Christ the King, the end of the liturgical year in the Catholic Church. And can you believe it? We are going into Advent already now, starting next Sunday until getting ready for Christmas. So the arrival of Christ the King as a child, as a birth, as we all came into this world. We're still in this world, we're still on the way, but the reign of God started with Jesus, and we still do our part to accomplish that by working hard at school, by trying to avoid COVID, of course, and by working to be good citizens in this world, in this country that is so divided right now. But I want you to hear, as a way of prayer, this version of a rap done by a Jesuit, a man studying to be a Jesuit priest in Chicago. His name's Timothy Bishop, and he talks about this soon will end as well, all the division and darkness in our world. Give it a listen and take hope as we prepare for Advent under Christ the King.
Shout out to Miami Mike. Keep your chin up, I know you always been a fighter. Days are coming when the sun will shine a little brighter. Don't look down, don't give up now. I know we gonna win it even if we don't know how. You saying, are you sure of that? I'm saying, I assure you that if you trust in the truth of the voice that you heard, if you cling to the vine, if you listen to the word, he'll deliver you to the promised land. He's gonna keep his promise, man, and take it to the place where there ain't no tears. You see him face to face, it'll all be clear. Quit your stress and count your blessings while you're testing God. And don't you know that this is God's plan? One of these days it'll all be over. Let go of the wheel and let God be the chauffeur.
It'll all be over. It'll all be over. And we won't have to cry.
Yeah, I'm not naive to what's on the TV screens. Politicians and murder scenes, climate change and mass disease. The people's crying out and begging.
So I grew up in the South Side. I grew up in Bayview. So I grew up near the lake. I went to Bayview High School when it was the Math Science Specialty High School. After high school, I went to University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and I actually majored in business accounting, and went on to get my certified public accountant's license and worked in the banking and in the auditing and consulting fields until I had my first child. I remember my oldest son, when he was 4 years old, I was driving him home from preschool, and he said, "Mommy, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And it was funny, and I thought, gosh, yeah, I don't think I found that yet. And then my path led me to be working in schools, helping, tutoring, and it was actually my husband who said, you know, I think when you go back to work, there's no way you're an accountant, you're a teacher. And that little push from him is what I think the next highlight of my life was, just finding my calling, finding that I was meant to teach. And I've taken my passion for applying math in real world situations, as I've done my whole life, to bringing that to students and hoping to instill like a passion for math. So I started as a middle school teacher for 6 years at a small Catholic school teaching math and science. And absolutely loved that. But then this opportunity came at Cristo Rey, and that was the description of what Cristo Rey was looking for. I felt like it was just calling me. And so that led me here to Cristo Rey, where I absolutely feel inspired every day by the students and staff. Conversations, just conversations with my colleagues, with my children, those moments, those small moments bring me joy, where we can just sit and talk. I just don't take that for granted now, to just be able to sit, look someone in the eye and have a conversation. So definitely that. My students, I think every time I can see them just find something new out about themselves, those moments always bring me joy. So my faith is at the center of my life. I really, every decision I make, big or small, I look to God, I look to prayer. So that's a big part of my life. I look at, really try to stay centered in a space of gratitude, whether I'm dealing with a difficult time or a really joyful time. I really try to approach those situations with a sense of gratitude that God is walking with me and wants me on this path, and also with a sense of love for God and for everyone He puts in front of me.
Hello, and welcome to the Art Room. My name is Miss Wolf, and I am one of the art teachers here at Cristo Rey. I am here today to inform you that Miss Von Rieden and I would like to offer you an exciting opportunity to enter into an art contest. Miss Von Rieden and I will be distributing prizes to the first 30 contestants who enter the contest. This contest is available for all grade levels, and you do not need to be in an art class in order to enter it. In order to be eligible, you must do one of the following. Either design and create an 11 by 14 inch or larger poster that promotes the many benefits of art education and art making for communication, expression, wellness, and overall development for a better quality of life, or create and submit an exemplary 11 by 14 inch or larger two-dimensional artwork of your own unique creation. Please make sure to read Ms. Von Rieden's email sent on November 16th for any additional questions about contest requirements. We can't wait to see your submissions.
So my name is Omar Ba. I'm a junior at Cristo Rey Milwaukee High School, and I've lived in Milwaukee all my life, born and raised, and I like to play a lot of sports. I played 3 sports at Cristo Rey High School: basketball, cross country, and track and field. What keeps me motivated is to play sports, and if I'm not doing well in the classroom, I'm not going to be able to play sports because sports and academics, like, they intertwine really well together. So that's what keeps me motivated and keeps me on my toes. In the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter, I've really been using Google Classroom, like how it was before. I learned about the calendar and the to-do list before you showed it to us in the assembly video. So I've been using that, and it helped me because I don't have an agenda, so it helped me keep track of my assignment and like when to turn in things. I try to live my faith by just thanking God every day and just talking and just praying to God that I can have a good day or help someone have a good day or just put a smile on someone's faces. One thing I could say that I'm proud of is that we're able to all like see each other and just communicate each other and not stay at home for a long period of time. That we're able to just talk to each other normally, somewhat normally. Because like a lot of people say like you'll never miss something until they're gone. So that's how I was kind of feeling during quarantine since March or April. Not having the ability to talk to my friends or just do the things that I normally do, it really like changed your life or changed my life. Something that I'm grateful for is having friends, people who care about me, having my parents that always take care of me, always like nurture me and just want the best for me and always help me whenever I need help. Also, if you plan on joining basketball, talk to Mr. Landry about that.
The best way to stay safe over Thanksgiving is to just stay with your immediate family that you live with. True or false? True. Good answer. True or false? The longer time you spend together, the bigger the risk of catching COVID.
That's true.
True. On Thanksgiving, is the best way to stay safe to be with just the people you live with in your house? True or false?
True.
True. Good answer. On Thanksgiving, true or false, should one person be serving the food?
One person?
Yes, true. Better for one person to serve all the food. Good answer. Is keeping windows open on Thanksgiving a bad idea?
No.
No. Good answer. Hello. Can you tell me, true or false, is it better to eat dinner outside if you're going to get together for Thanksgiving?
True.
True. Good answer.
I will review what the students have discussed. Number 1, the best way to stay safe and prevent the spread of the virus is to stay home and celebrate only with the ones that you live with. Number 2, if you do decide to celebrate with the ones outside of your house, please try to be outside, always wear your mask, and stay 6 feet apart. As you can see, it is snowing outside, but I am toughing it out with being outside is the safest way to go. If you are eating food, try to have only one person serving the meal and make sure you're washing your hands. Number 4, if you have any symptoms, do not celebrate with other people. Reach out to the school nurse and we will create a plan of how to stay safe. Have a great holiday, stay safe, let us know if you need anything.
I grew up right here in Milwaukee. Until I was in first grade, I was in Menominee Falls, and then we moved to Elm Grove when I was in first grade, and then grew up there until I went to college at St. John's. Went to St. Mary's, Elm Grove, Marquette High, so I'm one of those people. Yeah. And then I went to St. John's University up in Collegeville and played rugby. Had a great time. Oh boy, let's see, after college I had a blast being a ski bum in Colorado. Was a bellhop, valet parker, taught ski lessons, just enjoyed life. It was a good year and a half. From there, I went and joined the Jesuits. I was in the Jesuits from 1990 to 93, and I taught as a donne the first year at Creighton Prep, and coached soccer, football, and wrestling, of all the things. Then I went into the novitiate and was there until late 92. And then I left on mutual agreement, just wasn't for me, and then went to UWM. Did some grad school in history at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Of course, you know, I became a federal agent and was sworn in and all, went through the academies, and became a supervisor. In fact, I spent most of my career as a supervisor, 14 out of the 22 years. The other highlight, I adopted a kid just about 10 years ago. I was his mentor, and he was going to be aging out of foster care, and I was able to adopt him. That way I could teach him to drive. I could give him health insurance, something that really helped him. And so, yeah, he calls me dad, and I call him son. And 10 years later, he's still in San Diego. He's going to probably stay there for the rest of his life, but I hope to go out and see him soon. Let's see. Well, skiing, obviously. Enjoyed skiing, but the knees and the legs, limited. And boy, has skiing become expensive. Wow. It's crazy, just crazy. But I still get out. My nieces and nephews still ski. I've never been able to convince my son to come ski, but he did go out to Colorado for a while, but too thin of blood. He's a San Diego boy. He's got to have that beach. And I've also do a lot. I'm getting back into hunting now that I'm back in Wisconsin. I love to bird hunt mostly. I do some deer hunting, but I shot a deer once, and I tell you the truth, it was a great experience, but I don't know if I'll do it again. To me, I'd probably take a picture of it now before I would actually shoot it. Well, I think Cristo Rey is going to produce a lot of leaders. And as a leader, I think the most important thing you can learn to do is the people you work with, and especially the people that work as if you're their boss, is number one, learn their first name. Number two, listen. When somebody gets you mad or does something you think is really wrong, before you go off on them, listen to them. Get their side of the story, no matter what. No matter how angry, no matter how upset you get, the best thing you can do, especially if you're a leader, and especially if you're in charge, is when things go wrong, you're calm and you listen. And then you can piece things together, and you'll be surprised how when you hear the whole story from the person that you're so mad at, you're not so mad, and some things start to make sense. So that'd be my little bit of advice, especially for kids like this, who I think are going to be top-notch leaders.
As we enter into this 2-day school week, a short one, which means we actually only have 4 weeks left in the semester, I want to remind you briefly of my 4 points from last week. Take a moment and see if you remember all of them, some of them, any of them. Number 1, get up at 7, get to work by 7:30. You have a huge amount of time to get independent work done built into your schedule every morning. Use it. That's number 1. Number 2, summative assessments are massively important. Prioritize them. Number 3, turn it in. Get your assignments turned in so you can get credit and improve your grade. Turning in even decent work, pretty good work, keeps your grades in decent shape, in pretty good shape. That's better than the grade you get when you turn in no work. Do your best and then turn it in. Number 4, ask questions. Ask for help, ask questions, ask for help. Your teachers love you and they love helping you succeed. Help them do that by asking questions. All right, bonus round. I'm gonna give you a free 5th one this week. We'll call it a Thanksgiving gift. Go to office hours. Many of you have been doing an awesome job in office hours. Keep it up. When you get signed up, make sure you go. And if you don't get signed up, reach out to your teachers, chat them, message them, let them know you want to get there so that you can get the help that you want and you need. In this week, whose beginning is marked by the Feast of Cristo Rey, the Feast of Christ the King, and that includes the Feast of Thanksgiving, we want to pause and make sure that we give thanks for all that we have to feast on. That might literally include the scrumptious food you are going to have in your homes this week. But you know, when we step back a little bit, we can actually see many feasts. First of all, this building, this land, and all that it gives us for our intellectual, spiritual, artistic, professional, and athletic formation, I'd say that's a feast that we share in. The love that your teachers and this whole staff feel for you and your dreams is a feast that we share in. In our classrooms and in our CWSP work training, we feast on knowledge, on skills, and on questions to which we seek answers. We are truly blessed. Make this a week that you step back and you appreciate that. And as you pause and you give that thanks, remember that we are guided by faith, we are prepared to lead, and we are called to serve.